I just used GPT 5.6 Luna here to basically analyze all my comments from my entire YouTube channels by basically telling me exactly what kind of videos I should make next as a content creator. And I was able to do this by fanning out multiple different AI agents, all using GPT 5.6 Luna here to reading every single comment. And the most important part is that this model is really powerful and is able to handle this kind of high volume workloads with actual fraction of cost compared to models like GPT Soul or GPT Terra. And you can see that this model here is really cheap. If you were to look at the actual input output tokens for 1 million token here for Soul, you can see that it only costs, well, $25. But for GPT Luna here, you can see it only costs less than $2 here. So that's why in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I built this entire data pipeline, right? All the way from scratch using Codex and as well as this entire magical plugins that OpenAI has released on how you can be able to build AI agent applications with the best practice, right? I'm going to show you how you can use that to build this entire data pipeline that you see, right? This entire paper data pipeline, all complete from scratch using GPT 5.6 Luna. So that's what I'm going to show you in this video. And I'm also going to show you, is this model here really good, really accurate? How much does it cost? And is it really worth for you to try? So that's what we're going to answer in this video. If you're interested, let's get into the video. Okay, so to get started, the first step we're going to do here is to download our GPT desktop app. And right here you can see and navigate to the download page and simply just going to download it based on your operating system. All right, so once we download the app and open it, here is what it looks like. So right here you can see I have opened a project. It's a brand new project called GPT Test and it's a really empty folder. So if I click on the top right here, you can see nothing inside of our project folder here. Okay, so we're completely starting from scratch. So what we're going to do here is I'm just going to switch over to using Codex, and here is basically the coding mode, okay? And we're just going to start a new conversation here in its empty folder, and we're just going to start to do some prompting here. Now, to do some prompting here, to start, we're going to use a plugin that developed by OpenAI. It's called the OpenAI Developers Plugins. Now, this plugin here can help us to building AI applications with the OpenAI best practice. So I'm just going to click on this. But if you don't have this, that's completely fine. Click on the toggle and click on the plugins here and just going to search for the OpenAI Developers Plugins. Okay, so right here you can see this is the plugin itself. Just click on the install. It's going to install it onto your GPT desktop app. Okay, so once you have the plugin installed, the next thing we're going to do here is we're just going to come back to the chat, to the prompt window, and we're just going to reference it. So if you want to reference that, simply just type in @ OpenAI Developers. And you can be referencing that plugins, okay? Again, this plugin here can help you to building applications, right? AI apps with the OpenAI developer best practice. So once we have that reference, the next thing we're gonna do here is to start to give our instructions. And essentially what we're trying to do here is we're trying to have OpenAI GPT Luna here, right? To basically synthesize all the videos that I have made on my channel, okay? Let's say we have over like hundreds or maybe 300 over videos. And for each videos, there's like probably like, a couple hundred comments, right? And what we're trying to do here is we try to pull all the comments from every video that we have and try to using the GPT Luna API and try to fan out to reading every single video and its own comments. And then try to aggregate, on exactly what is the top 5 topic among all the videos that I have not yet made and highly requested based on the past certain period of time. And based on the comments frequency, the number of upvotes and replies that we have, as well as the combination of like the video where the comment's from, was also determined if the comment here is actually highly requested or just a compliment, right? So those are all the things that we're just going to try to build using GPT Luna here. So those are the things we're going to try to build. So in that case, the first thing I'm going to do here is basically try to take a screenshot of this. Okay, I'm going to take a screenshot of this and just going to provide a prompt based on what we're trying to build. So I'm going to put this image here as a reference. I'm going to say, I want you to look at the image that I have attached and also the link that I give you, which is my YouTube channel. And basically what we're trying to build here is I want to build an entire data pipeline that can synthesize all the videos that I have made and give me top 5 video topic that I can make next. So the pipeline goes like this, where we're going to basically try to find or fetch all the videos that I have made, right? And then for each videos, we're going to fetch all its comments, right? The video metadata, all the comments, the replies, how many votes this comment have, and try to put that into a single folder, right? Which contains all the videos. Each video here contains all the comments, right? In a single file. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to have like a GPT Luna, right? Calling the GPT Luna AI which is through the API, and try to synthesize and try to have it to read every single videos that we have, okay? Spin up multiple different sub-agents and try to fan out and try to read through all the videos and all its comments, and eventually going to have a single agent here to synthesize everything and tell me exactly what is the top 5 video topic that I need to make, right? That is not yet made on my channel yet, and is highly requested based on the past 7 days, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and so much more, okay? And that are highly requested based on those period of time. And also basically rank them and based on giving me the top 5 for each of those period of time. And also based on the comments appearance, their frequencies, right? Their comments votes, right? How many those comments are being voted, combined with like videos where the comments is actually coming from, okay? Like, okay, this comment is coming from this video, right? So there's some context related to that, right? On exactly what kind of things that we need to make, right? And also help me to determine if this comment here is actually requested, highly requested, and also make sure that we're only getting comments that are highly, and also make sure that we're only trying to get the comments here that are highly requested, not just a compliment, okay? So in this case, make sure to do that. So that's basically going to be my prompts. I'm going to give that as my prompt here, using OpenAI plugin, giving the references, the context here, and I'm just going to submit it and have it to basically try to generate this entire script. Okay, so right here you can see the first step we're going to do here is to get our OpenAI API key. So here you can see OpenAI API key will power the synthesized agents. So in this case, we're going to get the key. So in this case, it says, would you like to create one securely and save that to the .env.local? I'm going to say yes. Please create the file and the environment variable so that I can be able to input my key inside of it. All right, so once I submit that, you can see that Codex has worked on that for 8 minutes and has completely built and verified the entire pipeline. So everything works now. And now what we're going to do here is we're going to get our key. So there's 2 keys we're going to get. One is the OpenAI API key, which is where we're going to call the Luna fanout. And the other one here is we're actually going to get the Amplify API key. And the Amplify API key here is basically an API that we can actually pulling the data from our YouTube channel, right? The transcripts, the comments, the replies, and so much more. So what we're going to do here is we're going to first navigate to my browser. And I'm just going to navigate to a page called openai.com/API. And here we're just going to click on Start Building. And then once we're here, we can be able to click on the API keys. And then here inside of it, we're going to click on Create New Secret Key. That's going to be the key that we're going to use to save it inside of our project. So once you create the key, all you have to do here is just going to navigate to your project. Right here, you can see I'm using VS Code here to visualize all the folders that we have inside of our current projects. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to click on the .env.local file and simply just going to paste the key onto the OpenAI API key variable. Okay. So once you have the key inputted, the next thing we're going to do here is we're just going to go to the Amplify here and also get the Amplify key. So to get the Amplify key, like I said, this is a place where we can actually get, or in this case, call the actual scraper to getting those data, right? So simply just sign up for a Amplify account. All you had to do here, just going to click on Settings and click on the API, and you will get your personal API token. Once you get that, you can copy that and just going to come over to your projects and paste it inside of your .env.local file for the Amplify API token. Okay. Once you have that fully completed, the next thing I'm going to do here is we can start our project. So the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to come over to my Codex, and you can see that Codex give you an actual command that you can run inside of your project. So in this case, I'm going to copy that command and come over to my terminal and just going to run it. And now you can see that if I were to run a script, here is what it looks like. So here you can see this is our configuration check. So all the things that we have in our settings. So for example, the model we're using, the channel that we're scraping from, and also the Amplify budgets. Now, in this case, we're going to say, yes, let's start scraping, synthesizing, and doing the actual outputs. I'm going to say yes. And currently you can see it's going to discover videos, transcripts. So in this case, I'm going to wait for a bit until it fully finishes. All right, so right here you can see it has fully completes the entire runs. And here's how much it costs for the API. So now if I were to navigate to the cost here, I'm going to refresh the page. And we should be able to see that we cost roughly around $5 because I have run this a couple of times. But roughly around, you can see that it costs like $2 or so. And this is how much it costs. But keep in mind that this is actually fan out to all the videos across all the entire channels many times to get the best in within a period of time. So if I were to click on the output here, you can see it generates 7 days, 14 days, 30 days. And for each and every single files, it triggers the GPT Luna here to actually fan out across all the videos that I have and try to synthesize everything. This is a massive run here, but you can see that this is how much we have here, right? So here you can see these are the top 5 video topics in the past 7 days across all my channels. And then here it also shows exactly why this topic is trending, right? Commenters on the web design course are asking to move beyond the service or interface and see the full investor tracker application builds, including its backend and data pipeline. Okay, so we have a comment on that. Suggest the video. So start by translating the demo here into a backend architecture, then building the database, ingesting pipeline, servers, and so much more. So you can see that how many comments we have, total how many votes we have for those comments, and we can also be able to see the evidence for exact comments that we have. Okay, so just scroll down here, you can see there's also a couple more topics that are going pretty trending here, right, that are suggested in the past 7 days. Now, furthermore, I can also look at these 14 days, right? So these are all sorted by how many votes, right? How many comments we get from those videos across all the videos that we have. So you can see that turn Claude code into web design. So for past 14 days, building a full stack backend version of this. So it seems like this topic is still really trending even for the past 14 days. And then for head-to-head evaluation of the map pokeout skills, right? So that could be another topic here. Safer LinkedIn job search automation with human-in-the-loop submission here. So you can see that's coming from this video right here and how many comments that people have posted, right? So those are all really good example, really good output that the AI Luna here generated. Honestly, the accuracy pretty high because I did validate that this is a really trending topic and I have applied this video inside of our school community. So if you're interested for seeing that kind of video, you can also check out the full build in our school community as well. All right, so pretty much that's it for this video on the review for GPT 5.6 Luna. And just to recap, in this video, we went over exactly how to build this entire data pipeline using GPT 5.6 Luna and also using the OpenAI ad develop plugins, as well as we went over exactly how much it costs for running this kind of data heavy jobs. So those are the things that we have to go over in this entire video. If you do find value in this video, please make sure to like this video. And if you want to see a full beginner guide on how to using GPT desktop app with Codex, then you can check out this video right here. So pretty much that's it for this video. If you do find value in this video, please make sure to like this video. Consider subscribe more content like this. But with that being said, I'll see you in the next video.